What it do? It's your boy Illuminated D, and you know what I'm saying? We back with the another one. The first thing I want to do is thank you to everybody who's liked and commented. And to all the subscribers, Pops and I want to let you know how much we really appreciate you. For you to come and spend your time with us and to consume the content while we understanding that you have busy lives. We want to thank you and bless. So family, today is February 3rd, 2025. And I just want to tell you, I was talking to a couple different people, younger individuals, I would say, because, I'm a little bit seasoned. I'm a little bit older in age, not too old, but I'm a little bit older. You could say the man's seasoned. And pretty much I was talking to them and asking them, and I'm like, hey, do you know what just happened? Do you know what just happened in the world with the tariffs and, how these different things just took place? And inside of that conversation, I just want to tell you, like, man, God worked a way. Listen, God can make a way even when there's no way. Can you imagine your whole portfolio on the way to zero based off of the position and the place that you purchased? Because you got to realize, when you purchase at the very bottom, there's a difference from the floor. So at the floor that you can't actually reach anymore, these people are secured because they bought in this specific area. So when there's a crash, it doesn't really affect them because it's so far away. But if you purchase at a higher ratio and then it starts to go down, you start losing. So I would say, man, listen, I gotta tell y'all this amazing story. And I still got a lot going on in the background, but you know what I'm saying, I gotta put in this work for y'all. So I gotta tell y'all this amazing story because this was a blessing, right? So I was telling y'all yesterday, because somebody had came and I didn't get to actually finish. So pretty much the news came out first thing yesterday morning, right? Tariffs, boom. All of a sudden, now you gotta imagine, me and Cuzzo, we were gonna sit because it was a Saturday. Today is Monday. So I'm off today because I had to work yesterday. But if you look at it, we were gonna drink. So I seen this quote before I fell asleep, and it said, there's a certain level of, a certain set of bread that you need in order to always be in a position to, if somebody says something crazy to you, you can say, but that's not the point. Pretty much inside of that video, when they were talking, he had said that you shouldn't drink. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that 24. I don't think you should be an alcoholic or anything, but to have a sip here and there, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But he said you shouldn't drink, right? And then before I fell asleep, cause it was like, hey bro, you wanna take a shot? I'm like, nah, bro, I'ma just chill out, right? Well, basically, I woke up earlier than normal because I had to work. So because I woke up at 6 and I didn't have to be there until 9, I was just kind of, pre-prepping. I'm sitting there watching the market, just doing stuff, walking around, just moving around and stuff, right? And then all of a sudden the news comes out and then I start feeling something. And I'm like, I'm in a good position. And then all of a sudden I see the green candle go red. And I'm like, what the frick? So I'm tripping because I just got stuck in the trade. So you got to realize you can get stuck in a trade. And when you're stuck in a trade, that means you're stuck holding, which isn't bad because if you're long like I am, I'm long. So I'm a long-term holder. But I do play for opportunities. So if there's an opportunity, I will pull my money and then try to capture certain plays in order to put myself at a higher ratio versus what I had. Because you can imagine if you're sitting up here and you pull your money out and then the market starts going down, then you can buy more. You see what I'm saying? That's why they say buy low, sell high. Well, long story short, I had to work. And then I got to work and the market kept crashing. And the crazy part is, if I would have sipped, if I would have let up, if I would have not been attentive and not paid attention, and I would have just been off, and I would have just been out of my element, I would have missed it because I probably would have woke up by 12. By 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the whole market was already halfway down. So that means that you had to wake up roughly at like 4:30 a.m., 3 o'clock for real, because I woke up at 3 because I went to sleep at 10. I woke up at 3 because I usually sleep like 4 hours anyway. Like sometimes I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just say like, I be trying to sleep more, but you know, my body just doesn't let me. So obviously it doesn't need it, right? It does, but it doesn't, obviously, because I couldn't stay asleep. So basically, it was like, I stopped looking at it, the whole circumstances, like this was a bad omen. Whoever put me on detail, they don't like me. You know how we get these negative notions? We get these negative notion mindsets a lot of times when there's something that comes into contact with our reality that we didn't expect, and then we feel some type of way. But really, the truth of it is, I say God will work a way out of no way. God will work a way out of no way. God can work a way because God can see everything. We don't got a crystal ball. And I tell you, if I would have not worked yesterday, right now I would be at work. I would have been off yesterday, and I probably would have like capitulated wrong because I would have drank the night before, and then I still wouldn't have been sober, so I would have just been tripped out, and then I would have just got stuck in the trade. Now, don't get me wrong, the market did come back up. It did come back up. So it came back to a recent level, you feel me? But that's not where I was. I was a lot higher. So the fact that I got out just tells me like God be working in the background. Like I had no control over that. I didn't even let the doubt creep into my mind about why I had to do duty, because that's just part of my responsibilities, and I understand, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to go handle my business, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Hard work, dedication, late nights, motivation, persistence, you know, dedicated, you know, to the lifestyle. So understanding that that's just what I got to do, I just went and did it without letting the negativity get to me. But when I started looking at it in hindsight of why I had to be there versus why I wasn't supposed to be at home, spoke to me directly and said, you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, putting in the work the way that you're supposed to be doing it, to feel this pain, to take yourself out of this mindset and put yourself in an entrepreneur mindset, to let you know that it is possible. Survival is possible. But when you want to stop surviving, you're going to start doing things that you ain't never done before. When you want to survive, you're going to do things that you ain't never done before. It was fight or flight. It was either me let the money die and go down to zero with no potential return if the market was going to crash and just take a loss, or fight for it. Sometimes you got to fight for what you want. You know what I'm saying? Maybe everything isn't always, you know, sunshine and rainbows and parties. But in your reality, you got to remember that we all get faced with trials and tribulations. Just because somebody's a billionaire doesn't mean they don't get faced with trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? Trials and tribulations don't judge anybody. They don't judge anybody, because you got to realize just because you got money doesn't mean that life doesn't happen. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a monetary burden, but other things happen. We got health. We got family. We got different things, so we gotta look at everything in hindsight and up front show appreciation. Up front, give all thanks to the Most High, whoever you believe that would to be, and believe and have faith in the ability that we can take it to the next level, that we can go and do something greater than we thought that we could be, thought that we've done. And even through the mental pain of it, because it sometimes gets hard. Sometimes you gotta fall down on the ground because you don't got no strength. Sometimes you just gotta lay there and let it out. Sometimes you gotta yell. Sometimes you gotta cry. But after that, after you drop those tears, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got no strength, ask for the strength. And then find the strength. And even if you have to, as you're down, even if you have to, if you're in pain, even if you have to and you're crying, you got to keep pushing. Because we all want to be successful. We all want to be somewhere in life. But in order to do that, you got to do something you ain't never done before. And that's the reason that we doing this right here, right now. Everybody be blessed, be safe, we out.